I feel like shit.
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
It's just one of
Friday,
those
happy days. The weekend comes, let's not go home.
It's just one of those days where you don't wanna wake up. Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet,
Just knock it off, you scum bucket.
it's just one of those days. It's just one of
Monday,
those.
happy days.
It's just one of
Tuesday,
those.
happy days.
It's just one of those
Happy
days.
The weekend comes, let's not go home. Ready to make
It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better shoot, cause I'm fucking up your program. And if you're stuck up, you just locked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just,
I'm losing my cool.
it's all about
Monday, happy days.
It's just one of
Tuesday,
those,
happy days.
it's just one of those
Happy
days.
The weekend comes, let's not go home. Ready to make these days.
Feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance. 'Cause right now I'm dangerous. Right now I'm dangerous.
Something's happening to the bonds.
And if my day keeps going this way and this way,
I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games.
give me something great. Give me something great. I hope you know I pack a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw.
What?
So come and get it.
What we got here is a case of mistaken identity, you know? See, now this here,
Not Robert.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chief Moody, and welcome to episode 219 of the Mood of the Nation podcast. How's everyone doing this fine Thursday evening? It's getting it's really dark now, so yeah, but we're here now. So thank you all very much for tuning in. There's about 11 people watching the show already, which is actually crazy to think, because normally I would get 5, maybe 6 people watching, but we're here, so really good to see you. And I'm just going to have a quick check and see the chat. Also, can everyone tell me if you all can hear me fine? I know it's all this microphone is connected to the what was it called? Connected to StreamYard and everything. But I just want to double check on something. If you all can hear me fine and dandy, and if I'm coming in crystal clear, because I think I can't remember when exactly I started using this microphone, but I have a sneaking suspicion I'm actually starting to use it correctly when it comes to it. So, yeah, everyone. Yeah, I think everyone can hear me right. That's fine. Perfect. Thank you all very much for letting me know. Just want to maybe lower that a little bit more. That should be it. Perfect. Right then. So let's have a quick look and see who's in the chat just now. Of course, I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces per usual. Well, Wasted White Boy 2. I don't think I've seen you before, but thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoy. We got Joe Marsh, we got the Woodlander, we got Chaz Smash in the chat. We also got Rory Herbert, which good to see you again on the show. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're doing okay. And yeah, we're going to see how the show's going to get on. Sandra Spicy Spanish Salami Sandwich, how you doing? Tricky Woo, Budgie Burger, and James L. No Name. I think that's me up to date with the chat. So yeah, again, thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, again, a lot of familiar faces. Also, Otis will be down in a moment. He's just he's away to the toilet just now out the back, but he'll be in just shortly. If I can hear him coming down the stairs now. Well, I thought he was actually out the back, but right, you come over here, or maybe he's gonna chill in the bed. Probably, yeah. I think that's what he's doing. But he's here in spirit, so that nonetheless. Anyways, yes. I know I said on the last episode, being the Halloween special episode, I was going to talk about a couple things that I didn't get a chance to talk about before. But considering, of course, this week was the presidential election, obviously that's the big hot topic that's going on just now. And again, I might as well just throw my hat in the ring and, of course, give my 2 cents on the whole thing as well, because it was quite an eventful day, to say the least. So the election itself was the 5th of November, of course, being 2 days ago. Where we lived, of course, in the UK, we didn't hear about the results until I think it was Wednesday morning. So I'll be honest, right? Before the election, I was kind of within the camp of I was kind of hoping that Trump would win this time around as a way of, say, kind of like an easier type of victory, that sort of idea. But then I watched PWR with Mark Collett, and in that episode, they were actually talking about the presidential election that was coming up at the time. And of course, in that show, he had David Duke, he had Kevin McDonald, and he also had, of course, Eric Stryker. And there was a point brought up during that show, and I can't quite remember who said it exactly. It might have been either Kevin McDonald or Dr. David Duke. But there was someone who said about Donald Trump, if he were to get elected this time around, then he would pass laws that would incriminate anti-Semitism, basically. And I was like, whoa, that's something, of course, I don't agree with. So now I'm at a point where I'm just like, well, now I don't know who to pick, whether it be Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. What, you want to come up? Right, come up here then. There's plenty of space, Otis. Touch your slavers. Right, come over here. Otis, there's literally space for you to get up. Sorry, folks, 1 minute. Right, come on up. Up on the couch. Up here. Come on up. You're delaying the show. Come on up. Otis, you can easily jump up on the couch from there. Come on. Right, let me push that back a little bit. Right. Up. Up. Come on up. You can make it. Don't be lazy. You can actually do it. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up on the couch. You can do it. Joe Marsh, real quick. I lost 400 quid betting on Trump last time. I went to bed at 3 a.m. and it was saying Trump could now not lose. I woke up I woke up in the morning and he'd lost. Right. I see. That's quite a lot. I never actually thought of it about gambling when it comes to that, but I thought, nah, it's probably not like a good idea. But because again, you really don't know what would happen with that. So it's one big mass obedience ritual. Yeah, I could see that. Well, I'll definitely cover a lot more of that in a moment or two. But because, like I said, it definitely was an eventful day, or even evening for that matter. Rill is in the chat as well. How you doing? Thank you very much for watching Mood of the Nation. So at that point, after watching a little bit of that PWR episode, I was kind of like in the middle. I'm just like, well, now I don't really want to vote. If I was an American, if I had to pick, I really could not vote for any one of them. Yeah, so I was kind of like, well, what can you really do at that point? So I went to bed just like everyone else, and I think I woke up pretty early that Wednesday morning. I think it was around about maybe just after 4:30 in the morning. So the reason why I woke up really early, because normally if I'm working, I've been off for this past week, but if I'm working, I would have to get up around about 3:30 in the morning so that I would, of course, get my bus to travel up to work. But of course, my body was is very used to the idea of getting up like really super early. So I thought, all right, well, maybe I could take this opportunity to actually, go up and really early in the morning and just go out for a walk, and then come back around about maybe 6, maybe 7-ish. But yeah, but I did just that. And while I was on my walk, there were 2 streams that were going on at the time. Both were Modern Politics with Warren Baylog and Emily Yukis. I think even Eric Stryker was on that as well, and Mark went on to a little bit as well with that. And there was also Red Ice TV with Henrik. I don't think Lana was there, but maybe it was like really late at night over there in America at that point. But both of those streams were on. So I first listened to Modern Politics for the time being and seeing what was going on. And from what I can gather, definitely Trump was clearly going to be he was clearly winning the election. But I wasn't exactly, again, too not surprised or anything with that at all, because I had this sneaking suspicion it was going to be just like the 2020 election, where Trump was actually doing pretty well, but then all of a sudden, oh, well, hold on a minute, we still got the postal or was it postal votes or something like that? Where well, we need to count those as well, and then, of course, took them another week, and then we all know what happened. Joe Biden ended up winning that presidential election. So I was kind of expecting something like that to happen, but I'm seeing the stats and all of that, the polls, and look like Trump was definitely gaining a lot of momentum. He was definitely winning the election. Seeing a lot of the reactions from the mainstream media, like CNN and all of that, really weren't not too thrilled, to say the least. And I'm just thinking, oh, Trump can actually win this time around. Holy crap. And we'll definitely cover the reactions from the celebs and all of that later on, because some of them have been really, really funny, and some of them have actually showcased really their true colors, in my opinion. But I think it was around about, say, and it wasn't, of course, official or anything like that at all, but I think it was around about, I think maybe 7:30 or somewhere like that. Everyone, including myself, I think got the impression that, yeah, Trump won. I mean, even though it wasn't entirely official at that point, but everyone can pretty much say to themselves, yeah, Trump won the election. And I think at that point, Kamala Harris, who did the same thing what Hillary Clinton did, which not giving a speech that night of the presidential election, although to be fair to Harris, she did a speech, I think, the day after or something like that. But apparently she called up Trump to say, to congratulate him, and she conceded the race, which instantly made it as a official that, yeah, Trump won the election. So, yeah. Sorry, just looking at the chat real quick. Chaz Smash, smaller rural towns declared before big cities. Yeah, I would definitely imagine that, especially with this election. And I think also, well, kind of like jumping ahead a little bit, because this is kind of where it goes into the whole reaction aspect of it. Now, I also just want to make myself perfectly clear when it comes to this whole Trump victory and all of that. I know there's a lot of people that are really happy with this and all of that. Yeah, the mainstream media meltdown was definitely hilarious. And like I said, we'll cover that in a moment or two. But yeah, now I think it's something that I did spoke about on the show before, maybe on other streams or anything like that at all. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Trump necessarily. Back in 2016, when he was starting out, at that time, I was one of those people, like, yeah, I was supportive of Trump, and I think even a lot of people didn't know exactly what to expect or what was really going to happen. But of course, as it turned out, he was basically like any other president that was in at that point, one of the most Jewish president in American history, probably more so in this case. But that being said, I was definitely expecting that to happen, especially that point that was presented during PWR. Again, I think it was David Duke that said it, or maybe Kevin McDonald, but the idea of Trump, if he does get in, which of course we all know now he is definitely in as the 47th president, it seems to a lot of people that he's wanting to outlaw anti-Semitism in America, which, I mean, that's pretty crazy to think. America is supposed to be the country about free speech. It's in their constitution with the First Amendment, freedom of expression and all that. But yeah, you can have free speech in America, but not when it comes to the Jews or Israel or anything like that. Which, yeah, that really makes you think, doesn't it? Really makes you think. Looking at the bigger picture, this is the best outcome for us. Yeah, I can see both sides of that, because I think on modern politics they were a bit. Well, when I say they, I mean like Warren, Eric Stryker, and I think Emily Yukis were quite downtrodden about the whole thing. And again, I can see both sides of the argument. I can see why a lot of people would not want Trump in, and I can so from that side. But I can also see the positives aspect of it when it comes to having Trump in the White House again. Sorry, one step from Roy Herbert. My wife voted for Trump in Pennsylvania, and my daughter voted for him in New York. They are both so happy for his win. Yeah, I can see, definitely. Bacon tomato. Fair enough. From Real, eventually we'll need our own currency, so I'd have thought an offline currency like gold and silver would be better. Yeah, I could see that. Let me see here. So yeah, I could definitely see like both sides of the whole of the whole idea with Trump. Yeah, if since he is in, it definitely. I think that this is a point that was presented when he is in, or he is going to be in, I should say. There's a point presented about Trump putting Trump's feet to the fire. That idiom. And basically, it's a way of, look, we the American people believe that Trump, if he's going to say he's going to do something, he needs to do it. Even if it's like day one stuff and all of that, which I think Trump has said to someone, he's going to pardon all of the January 6th people, or people who are in prison because of the January 6th insurrection, quote unquote. But again, it's easy to say it, but actions speak louder than words. And I think it's important for the Americans to definitely put his feet to the fire and actually tell him, look, it's easy, and it's good that you're saying this, but actually do it this time around. And maybe it's a possibility now that I think the Republicans have both the Senate and the House, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't know if that's correct, if I'm correct in saying that, but I definitely heard something about people, or in this case, the Republicans have one of them. I think it was either the House or the Senate. I don't know at this point if they have both, which I guess some people would say, well, in that case, it would make things easier for Trump to actually get stuff in. But again, only time will tell. So, Tricky Woo in the chat writes, strikers are realists. Look at who Trump's saying he'll tap at his policies, not what he says. Yeah, that's a fair point, definitely. 9 CT scrap gold now £25 a gram. That's crazy. I actually did not know that. That definitely is crazy. So yeah, that's that when it comes to Trump now being elected. Which again, I think it's kind of similar in a way of like back in 2016. Although saying that, obviously we've seen what happened during that 4-year presidential run, but I think it will be interesting to see what's going to happen on day one. Which I'm not entirely too sure when the inauguration is. Is that going to be sometime in January, if I'm not mistaken? Because is it true in saying that when it comes to the inaugurations for any president-elect, that's usually in January time, so just after the new year, if I'm not mistaken? Because I remember that happened when Trump was elected back in 2016. That happened in January, I think. I think with Biden, I think that was a similar situation where they were elected around about January time. So again, just after the new year, from what I remember anyway with that. So, but yes, so really interesting times when it comes to that. I'm sort of, I mean, like I said, like prior to watching that PWR episode, I am kind of glad that Trump is in. Although saying that, again, I'm not a fan of Trump necessarily because, again, I know there's a sense, well, not just a sense of he's definitely going to be helping out Israel a lot more in this case, but there was this whole thing during the whole campaign he did for this year's election. He definitely opened the doors of having more non-whites basically helping them out. Like, oh, look, see, we're not racist. Look, we got blacks, we got Jews, we got Arabs and Muslims and helping out and all of that. And it's like, look, you can say that all you want, but the vast majority of the support and the people that vote for Trump are white Americans. And again, they can deny that, but that is the reality. In fact, I think I have a post on Telegram that definitely confirms this. Now, I'm not sure if, well, saying confirm, I'm not sure if it's still accurate or not, if maybe it's been updated since then, but let me just have a quick look in this and see if I can find that. Also, apologize for the snoring in the background. That's Otis sleeping. Every single time when I'm doing the show, he just sleeps next to me, I guess. But anyways, I hope you guys don't mind Otis, sleeping in the background. But oh yeah, let me just share the screen real quick. Entire screen, share audio just in case. Entire screen. Right, let me just stick it to the usual screen that I normally have. There we go. All right, so I believe it's this one. This is from Mike Penovich. Fox News exit polling has 66% for Kamala and 32% for Trump for the Jewish vote, which is more realistic than the 79% for Kamala reported by NBC. NBC most likely failed to capture the ultra-Orthodox Jewish vote. So, yeah, as you can clearly see, right, now this is from the people who voted from a religious standpoint, right? You can see Protestant was about 61% for Trump. Again, I think that's not like I think it's both for male and female, that sort of idea. Catholic were about 54%, Mormon 63%, other Christians 61%. Yeah, as you can see, Jewish 66% for Harris. And it's funny enough, the Muslim vote was about 63% for Harris, and something else, maybe Hindu or something like that. Again, 60%, 69% for Harris. So I just also want to point something out real quick, because normally when it comes to these types of elections, a lot of people feel very black-pilled because, there's not going to be enough white people going to cast their votes, whether it's the American election or even the British election. But you know what? I think people need to stop worrying when it comes to that aspect. I understand in terms of like the demographic changes, yeah, people need to worry. But see, with stuff like this that happened in America, maybe this is me being way too positive on the whole thing, but I think this type of thing definitely gives him the idea that, more whites are definitely voting and definitely showing the outcome when it comes to these types of elections. And it definitely shows in this case that that the white people in America really have rejected not just Kamala's policies, but they really do not want any more of this Democratic, or not Democrat, but the Democrat Party's policies being put through. Because look, they went through 4 years with Biden's bullshit. And I think we all know like how well that turned out. And this was a massive rejection to all of that. And people just want a bit of, somewhat of a normality to go on when it comes to it. Let's see here. Sweet Dreams Dog from Oris. Yeah, he's doing fine. Apparently, the Amish voted for Trump. I heard that too, actually. Yeah, I definitely heard that. I can maybe see the Amish definitely casting a vote for Trump because, again, the Amish are a very connected community. They're all about traditional values and all of that. Well, even to the point they don't use electricity, from what I've heard. Even Rory is saying it as well. I heard that the Amish helped swing the vote in Pennsylvania. Well, I mean, there you go. That definitely explains things, if that is true. So, what was in the other? One sec. I think it's all to do with the the reactions from what happened. Actually, to have more polling on Twitter, or X, I should say. Yeah, I'll definitely have a quick look at that because I did save a lot of things on X, considering again that this was something I was going to talk about. So let me see if I can get my X account up and see if I can find the bookmarks I've been saving. Also, follow me on X if you haven't done so already. It's Chief Moody YT. You'll definitely find me there. So let me see if I can find bookmarks. There, bookmarks, right. I think I did see, yeah, there's some statistics there. Right, 1 second. Again, I don't know if these have been updated since then, but let's have a look at this. Tricky Woo, real quick. Amish are sick of governments trying to tax them out of their farms. Yeah, I can see that. Also part of the farm issue going on in Europe just now. Let me see if I can get this up here just now. Right, so this is from X. Later numbers show a flip of Latino men, a Republican vote by race and sex. So let's have a quick look at this. So white men, which is the top one, is a bit of somewhat of a decline since 2020 when it comes to white men. Again, same thing with white women, is quite similar. Latino men seem to be voting for the Republicans or for Trump this time around, like a bigger increase since 2020. Same thing with Latina women. Black men, steady increase, and with black women, a decrease. So, of course, no surprise there. Where's the other one? There it is. I've put Hispanics in Trump's corner, so let's have a look at this. Harris and other in Trump. So, white men, about 39% of white men voted for Harris, 59% for Trump. of course, again, look at this: 78% of black men voted for Harris, and 92% of black women voted for Harris, so on and so forth. So yeah, again, it seemed to be white men tend to be again somewhat the majority and voting for Trump. I remember hearing something about the turnout this year for the election. That again, I think the minorities chose to stay in this time around, so not a lot of them actually went out to vote. And I think that also kind of ties into the 2020 election because there was a missing. Well, when I say for this year, there was like a small amount this time. Well, not a small amount, but like there was a certain amount from the 2020 election, but it wasn't that same amount this time around, which again really makes you think, doesn't it, when it comes to that? Because a lot of people accused the 2020 election of being entirely rigged. And, you know, with this election that happened, I actually wouldn't be surprised if that were to be the case. Here's another post about this. White people are the only group that still offers this country any chance of survival. And of course, you can see from there, white men, 57% voted for Trump. Is that similar to the last? Yeah, somewhat similar. Maybe it's increased with that. White women, 51% voted for Trump, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. Again, a lot of people, a lot of the Republicans, you know, the Steven Crowders and all that would say, like, oh, well, look, see, 23% of black men voted for Trump. It's like, right, that's 23%. But as you can see, 73% of black men voted for Harris. Like that, okay, you got like 23% of blacks voting for Trump, but again, the vast majority of people voting for Trump and that managed to get him into the office are white, you know, white people, whether they're from rural areas or they're like working class and all of that. It's white people that are actually getting Trump in. You know, there's a sense that people in America, particularly white people, still want that sense of like white identity not necessarily white identity, but they still want to maintain that sense of the old America to thrive at this moment in time. Whether they like see it as being racial or not, they still want to maintain that sense of, I guess, normalcy, if you wanted to call it that, or normality when it comes to it. But anyways, let me see. And again, this completely debunks this whole idea of like, oh, look, see, Trump. Even though Trump has like more non-whites helping him out for the campaign, but they're still voting for Harris, so it's not like they're going to be any help or anything like that whatsoever. They're still going to vote for Harris because Harris is not exactly white herself. So again, this idea of like, oh, well, we can't see people on race or gender. Look, race does indeed play a factor when it comes to voting patterns, especially what we've seen with this election. Oh, and that's all. We might as well just move on to the reactions with that because, yeah, again, it's very similar to 2016, right? The reactions to the English Rose, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching. But the reactions to the this year's election has been it's been pretty funny to say the least. I'm not too sure whether or not if it's funnier or more sadder this time around compared to 2016, but we'll have a look at some of the the reactions, right? So here's some. Can I maybe increase the page actually? No, let's see. Where's the button for that? There should be a wait a minute. Oh yeah, it would be like I think. Yeah, there we go. Right. So if I can get. Damn it! One sec. I'll try to see if I can get like a better view of these tweets here. I don't know if anyone can actually see that, but wait a minute. Can I maybe open a new tab? Let's try that. Here we go. Right, perfect. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these tweets. Now, these are all reactions from that election. So as you can see, 5th of November, run about in the afternoon, maybe in the morning. Yeah, like the morning, like the 6th of November. So. So I'll just read all of them just for this context, right? I can't wait until I lose all of my rights. Low key, I might genuinely kill myself if Trump wins the election. Another one: if Donald Trump wins, I'm going So there seems to be a common pattern here, right, with these leftoids, right? If I think they're meant to try and say if Trump wins, put me on a oh god. Um, to everyone who voted for Trump, thank you. I finally gained the courage and confidence to. I know I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's just like the amount of narcissism from the left is just astonishing. It absolutely is astonishing. Maybe they're trolling or maybe in that because there have been people that are actually making up the fact that with these over the top reactions to all of this, but some of them are, from what I've been told, are actually pretty genuine. But that said, so if Trump wins, I'm going to DC and kill him. Okay, okay, Trump won. Might need to. Yeah, I really shouldn't be laughing at this, but it's just again just the attention-seeking narcissism from these people is astonishing. And this isn't even all of it, by the way. We got more to cover. So let me see. Public address news and no chance. How you both doing? Thank you very much for watching Mood of the Nation. So those were tweets of people threatening to end themselves because of the election. So here we got some videos, and if there's any women in the chat just now watching the stream, some of you might be pissed off because these are the types of women that will say, if you vote for Trump, you basically threw away your rights for abortions and all of that. So yeah, just be careful or just be aware of that. So here's the first one. To my fellow white women.
Black or person of color's comment section with regard to the results of the election. I need you
back to the beginning, and then I forgot that my headphones or earphones, I should say. Right, so here's the first, and again, this is just the tip of the iceberg, but let's have a look at this. So 3, 2, 1.
To my fellow white women, hi. Before you go jumping into a black or person of color's comment section with regard to the results of the election, I need you to do 2 things. I need you to read the book
I see with this. Oh yeah, sorry, just real quick. Don't know if that's to do with. Fuck off! Wait a minute. Can everyone still hear me? I think this internet's fucking acting up again. Sorry, folks. Also, just real quick, thank you very much for the donation. I got a donation on Buy Me a Coffee. Whoever that was, thank you very much for your kind generosity. Yeah, I was also going to have a quick look and see the 2 books that this woman mentioned. Assuming it's a woman, I don't want to misgender her. God forbid. So what was it? White Fragility and White Tears, which I have heard of the first one. I haven't heard of the second one. So let me have a quick look and see. From Robin DiAngelo, I think she said. Yeah. So yeah, there's a Wikipedia page. We'll just have a quick look at that. White Fragility, why it's so hard for white people to talk about racism. I'm sure many of you have heard about that book before. Robin, I think I've actually looked at this before, actually, now I think of it. Let's check her early life section. DiAngelo was born Robin Jane Taylor into a working class family in San Jose, California. From California, so no surprise there. The youngest of 3 daughters born to Robert Z. Taylor and Maureen Jean DiAngelo. She lived with her mother in poverty until her mother's death from cancer. Yada, yada, yada. Is there something about... Doesn't really say anything about her ethnicity, but I think she's white from what I remember seeing. Because I actually remember maybe looking into this a while back ago. So that's that book. What was the other book she mentioned? White Fragility and White Tears. Apparently these are going to be the instruments on counter arguments or some bullshit like that. White Tears. Who was the author of that?
White Tears, Brown Scars.
Oh, White Tears, Brown Scars. Right, one sec. White Tears, Brown Scars. Let me see here. Ruby Hamad. Right. Who's Ruby Hamad? Sounds like an Arab, but let's have a look at this. Hamad. Yeah, Ruby Hamad is an author and an academic with a Jerusalem, my bad, journalism background. She is in the second half of a PhD in media studies at the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia. Good eye. Her best-selling debut book, White Tears, Brown Scars, traces the role that white womanhood and feminism have played in the development of Western power structures. The non-fiction book was inspired by her viral 2018 essay, How White Women Use Strategic Tears to Silence Women of Color. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So we know where these people are actually coming from with that, right? So anyway, continue on with
By
that.
Ruby Hamad. Both of these books are going to be instrumental in teaching you how to navigate conversations that are about whiteness and about race without you getting all up in your feelings about it. Because you will, and you're going to want to comment. But I need you to know that this response that you're going to want to give is so textbook, it can be like documented and broken down into a little list of responses that we give. Read those two books. Don't go jumping into anybody's comments until you have read those two books.
Yeah, basically books that promote white guilt, essentially. Yeah, that's great advice. Definitely not a conformist of any way, shape, or form when it comes to that, right? But anyways, there's more to these these videos. So let's have a the left really aren't taking this well. Yeah, let's have a quick look at this. Pause. Right, here we go. Just be prepared. 3, 2, 1. Now again, it might be fake, but you can't really tell when it comes to. Oh, here's another one. Project 2025 is going to deport people like this from Elijah. What's his name? Elijah Schaefer. Yeah, that's his name. Right. Let's have a look at this. Oh, and by the way, you can click. I know there's the old saying, "Never judge a book by its cover," but you look at how many things. Yeah, he definitely voted for Harris. So let's have a look at that.
America, how can you do this to us again? What the fuck? How are we supposed to live another 4 years like this? What the hell? What did you do to us?
Oh dear. We're just gonna fly through these videos real quick. Oh, this one. I even shared this on Telegram yesterday because I was just like, no way. There's no way this is real, but it's a black woman, so of course you know that it's gonna be genuine, especially after the election. So let's have a
No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
Let's see, another meltdown. There's a longer video. Let's have a look at this, right?
Crazy thing to me is that if this guy does end up winning again, all of the people who voted for him will be like happy and they'll just be celebrating.
Wait, sorry, I just noticed that the Shell Shock KKK. All right, fair enough.
And everyone who feels threatened by him is fucking scared. Like we're scared for our lives. We're scared for our friends. Like you have pro-life women dying because their doctors are scared to treat them because of the repercussions of his last presidency. How did we get here? How did we get here? To know that there is that much ignorance and that much hate in this country, it's so terrifying. It's so terrifying. How could you do this? How can you claim to be a Christian or anyone of moral values and support someone when every word out of his mouth is hate, when he wants to pardon people who took over the Capitol? Do not do this to people that you love and care about. If you have a woman in your life, if you have an LGBTQ person in your life, if you have anyone in your life who's not white, how did we get here? Someone tell me, please. Someone really tell me, please. Because the only way I see it is that, like, either he cheated and that was his secret, or this country is built on so much hate and we might never get out of this. If you voted for him, you are dead to me.
Okay.
Go ahead and block me. I don't give a shit. I really don't.
I don't think anyone will be blocking you, but you'll certainly be blocking a lot of people. Speaking of which, there was another video I've seen. I think it was of the day of the election, or the results anyway. I'll get. Oh, is this one right? Right. I'm just not going to say anything, but just feast your eyes on this clip. I'm sure people have seen it already, but just watch.
Stupid fucking whore! So I'll just shut the fuck up! I'll just shut the fuck up for good now, huh? Yeah, you fucking want that? Yeah? We are fucking over, you fucking dumbass! I hope that you choke on a piece of concrete and literally go to hell. I will see you in fucking hell, you fucking asshole, you fucking liar, you fucking manipulator, you goddamn wish you would have played your cards right with me. Fucking asshole!
Wow. To the guy who was dating that chick, I think they dodged the bullet. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lucky escape. Yeah. Just, wow. And yeah, it's funny, right? There was a woman we just seen in one of those clips where it's like, oh, read these books and don't get your feelings in the way. It's like, you people are all about feelings over facts. Like, the fact that they're trying to turn it around on, like, the right. When I say the right, obviously that, like, they're talking about, like, us, or maybe in this case, the civic nationalist type of scene or whatever. But yeah, but it's funny because, well, sorry, excuse me, we've just seen what's going on with this election, and the amount of butthurt from those people is astonishing. But yeah, the guy who was dating her, yeah, probably dodged the bullet there. That was, wow. Like, holy crap. That guy is so fortunate to be dumped by that silly screeching woman. Joe Marsh, why would you choke on concrete? I regularly eat cement and never choke. Yeah, I can fix it. Oh, wow. Counts even. What's terrifying is that these counts think that they are the good guys. Well, see, I was gonna make I'll make a point about this just later on, but with regards to this, because there's definitely something I definitely do want to say on the matter with that, right? When his BF test positive for monkey. Dear, oh dear. Let me see. Thank you very much for the donation links to English Rose. Greatly appreciate you being a mod in the chat. Thank you very much. Let's see. Let's be up to date with the chat just now. Did the guy vote for Trump? I would assume so. I would imagine that lassie was a very staunchly pro Harris voter. That's pretty much why she's absolutely sparking out like that. Anyways, that's again, we'll continue on from there, and we'll see more of these videos. What was the one? Yeah.
Fucking orange pumpkin.
Oh yes, this one's longer, right? Let's have a look at this. So, was it right there? You disgust me, you orange pumpkin turd failed wannabe businessman who is born with a golden fucking spoon in his mouth. You just costed me my dad. You will never see that house again.
I hate you fucking orange pumpkin. You just costed me one of the most important people in my life. My dad. Donald Trump, I hate you. You will never be president again. We don't get that they voted for someone who's gonna make my friends' lives hell. My life's so.
Oh, by the way, there's also another post I shared on Telegram. I'll bring that up in a moment or two because that one is very telling, but we'll get to that in a moment.
I'm a white woman, but my friends are not gonna be okay.
I can't believe Trump's actually gonna win this fucking thing! Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm so pissed off! Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
I mean, that was
God damn
probably
it.
fake because it's Boogie 298, but yeah.
I can't believe Trump's actually gonna
I mean, the guy faked his own cancer. I'm sure he'll fake this, but anyways.
win this fucking thing! Oh, Jesus!
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave. Y'all, like, why are y'all Trump supporters? Why?
I would save this later on, but look, this part here for the African Americans or the blacks living in America, like just the absolute meltdown of this reaction. Look, if you can't stand the idea of Trump being the president, which again I'm not a Trump fan myself because he's pro-Israel and all of that, but again, if you don't like the way people in America, mainly white people, voted for Trump in America, then my advice and a lot of people's advice would be is, well, just leave, fuck off, go somewhere else. In fact, go back to your ancestral homeland, being the continent of Africa. But of course, they won't do that because, well, there's not many Wi-Fi over there, or any KFCs for that matter. See, they want to talk shit about white people, white history, white culture, and all of that. Even going as far as claiming that white people have no culture or history, but they still want to benefit from the shit that we've made for them. Yeah, that really makes you think, doesn't it? I love the
Why
background.
are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why is this a thing right now? Why is this okay? I can't do this no more. I should have kept my vote to myself because I knew it didn't fucking matter. I knew it didn't.
I can't. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I might need to turn it down because of the whole copyright shit and all that. But again, you could just see, like, just the amount of butthurt from these people. And look, if it was the opposite around, right, I would imagine the Republicans would not be in this current state where they're at. These people genuinely believe in all this stuff, and they expect their side to win every single time.
From hysterical.
Sorry, just real quick. And they just can't fathom the idea of people rejecting their own worldview. I think it was Joe that said it in the chat earlier on, but yeah, the worst thing about it is these people seem to think that they are the genuine good guys of society. They're clearly not. Not only are they the definition of conformity, but they're also the definition of just pure fucking evil. Their ideology kills people, it destroys lives, and it damages lives, and it destroys civilizations. You know, I mean, again, I'll speak more about that later on, but we'll continue on with this clip here. So,
Like crying 1 minute over the pain of this situation, and then hysterically crying the next minute, watching so many people come together and women from Earth. I go from hysterically crying 1 minute over the.
It's all right. It's all right. I feel that way too.
yeah, she's not seeing it.
It's all right. We feel that way together, okay? Let it out. Let it out.
Well, and this is another thing, by the way, right? We can all joke and all that, but well, I know the answer to this already, but it makes you think, why would they think it was a great idea to record themselves in this absolute state and upload it to the internet for people to see. And again, I know the answer of that already is because they're complete narcissists who expect people to feel sorry for them, for sympathy viewing. That's all it is. But it just makes them. Well, we've already seen that people are just taking these clips, putting them in like compilations and all of that, and just mocking the fucking shit out of them. And it is pretty funny to watch, but it's also pretty sad to see because again, these people were expecting Harris to win, and they genuinely think that not only are they the good people, but they expect their side, their ideology, and all of that to be the winner. And it's just we've seen it time and time again that people just don't accept their ideology, and this whole election is clearly a rejection of all of that.
Red Mirage Blue Shift. Red Mirage Blue Shift. Remember. Red Mirage Blue Shift. Red Mirage Blue Shift. Red Mirage Blue Shift.
Drinking wine, yeah.
Red Mirage Blue Shift. Red Mirage Blue Shift.
I'm not going to emotionally recover from this year. What a shit show. Oh, you know what's gonna send me over the edge actually is if I see one post where people are like, oh, make sure to hydrate and breathe and take care of yourself. No.
There we go. So that's that clip. Was there many more I saved? Wait a minute. I just want to double check. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's up to date with that. There are other clips I did save on my Telegram page, but yeah, we've. I think we definitely get the picture there. What gender? I was actually thinking that myself when that person came on. I think it's a woman, probably. Like trans or whatnot. Like, oh, I identify as a man. Like, no, you're still a woman. But yeah. Yeah, exactly, Tricky Woo. Imagine taping yourself crying, lol, weak minds. Yeah, well, I know its pronouns are he. Is it still Halloween? I think so, but yeah, anyway, so we definitely have seen the reactions from the general public, again, from America. But there was also something I wanted to showcase, the reaction from... Sorry, excuse me again, the celebrities. Now, I have an article I want to show up here just now. I'll get it up here in just a second. I'm going to see if I can maybe send that over to my Telegram. That way I can open it up from there. Now, as a Fox News article, I'm sure it will be somewhat biased in some way. But again, in terms of if you want to see the reaction from celebrities who were very pro Harris, yeah, we'll definitely have a have a look at that. Now, where's my Telegram page? Right, so pop it in there. I'll open Telegram from here. Where is it? Let's see. Right, do that first. Then it should pop up from me here. Right, one sec. Right, that's the link. I'll copy that. Sorry, folks, just 1 second. That should be it. Right. I don't think I really need X anymore, but we'll be going to that. Yeah, here we go. So let's get back onto sharing the page here. And Otis is somewhat awake now, but he's all right. So I'm Donald Trump, and my pronouns are your president. Right. So for Fox News, what we'll do is we'll just cover this article and then we'll move on to the Q&A section, because I actually didn't realize that was 7 o'clock already. That's crazy, that. Anyways, President-elect Donald Trump's victory sends Hollywood into tailspin. Election 2024 results prompted Christina Applegate to share her distress online while Hulk Hogan rejoiced. This was written yesterday. There is a video, but I think we'll not bother with that. Again, we'll just have a look at the article itself. Former President Donald Trump has officially regained the Oval Office after being declared the president-elect following Tuesday's election. Not only did he win the Electoral College, but also the popular vote. That is also true from what I've heard and seen the results and whatnot. Anyways, in the days leading up to the election, several A-list celebrities campaigned for Trump's opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, making stops in several states and taken to social media to encourage people to vote. Now the Hollywood elite are voicing their opinions. Oh yeah, some of them are voicing their opinions, all right. Some in shambles, others rejoicing following Trump's victory. So here's Christina Applegate. All right, let's have a look at this, right? A deleted Christina Applegate took to social media to share her frustration with the results. Why? Give me your reasons why. My child is sobbing because her rights as a woman may be taken away. Why? And if you disagree, please unfollow me, she wrote on X. In an additional post, Applegate, who has battled breast cancer and has the debilitating MS, said she was closing her X account, which she had used to interact with fans. Please unfollow me if you voted against female rights. Okay, against disability rights. Yeah, that. Unfollow me because what you did is unreal. Don't want followers like this. So yeah, done. Also, after today, I will be shutting down this fan account that I have had for so many years because this is sick. Hours later, the actress expressed regret for her previous post. Writing to X, I apologize. I'm still reeling and sobbing, but I'm not angry anymore. Just going to go back to my bubble and watch a shit ton of Bravo shows. So peace to all. I suggest you do the same. Very soothing. Okay. Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, some of you might remember this actress. If she was known in films and John Carpenter's Halloween. She was in that one Disney movie, Freaky Friday, from what I remember. But anyways, that's all I know. Anyways, she wrote, the morning following the election, Jamie Lee Curtis, a prominent advocate for the LGBTQ plus community, urged her followers to continue fighting for what they believe in. Yeah, because I believe her child is a trans child. So yeah, she definitely needs her child taken off of her because that's definitely child abuse. But anyways, this is what she wrote. So the results are in. She began. Many will be celebrating, possibly even gloating over their victory. Many will be stunned and sad with the terrible feelings of the loss. That is the same results, despite who wins, because that's what America and democracy looks like. Democracy is a false god, but anyways, has always looked like. So what does it mean? It means a sure return to a more restrictive. Some fear the draconian time. Many fear their rights will be impeded and denied. Many minority groups and young people will be afraid. Gay and trans people will be more afraid. We know that many women will now find it difficult to get the reproductive health care that they need and deserve. For all those people, there will be those who will help you, me included, she continued. But what it really means is that we wake up and fight for women and our children and their futures, and fight against tyranny one day at a time. It's funny because these people that can't even define what a fucking woman is, and now all of a sudden they care about women's rights. Like, it's a fucking joke, this is, honestly. One fight at a time, one protest at a time. That's what it means to be an American. That's what it has always meant and will always mean regardless of the outcome. Be gentle with people today. Be gentle with yourself today. Feel your feelings today, but most of all, be an American today. Why are people such fucking pussies nowadays? Like, listen to this, right? Oh, be gentle to yourself and others today because of this election. Fucking grow a pair and fucking grow a spine. You know, these people are promoting this idea that people need to be more socially aware and all that. It's basically code words for being fucking pussies. Honestly, it's fucking shameful. Sophia Bush, I don't know who that is. One Tree Hill alone. Oh, there we go. Sophia Bush posted a scathing statement to her Instagram story, bashing those individuals, writing vile comments on social media. The way some of y'all are behaving in the comment sections, you're telling on yourselves. Don't come into my space and say shit like cry more. I'm assuming it's the F slur for like gay people. I think that's what it's meant to say. If you have if you have loves Jesus in your bio, the actress 42 wrote, you are disgusting. I will be blocking each and every vicious, cruel person today. I will set boundaries, and when the leopards eat your face, don't come crying to any of us who fought for our civil rights and yours. Fuck off. Have a nice life, because I'd say be blessed, but I won't. Have exactly the life you deserve. Okay, that's great, sweetheart. Post from Ariana Grande. I'm sure you all know who that is. A talented singer, but she's an absolute dumb cunt in the head. Well, politically anyway. Let's have a look at this. Ariana Grande shared a short message on her Instagram story, noting the immeasurable heaviness of the results. The Thank You Next singer wrote, holding the hand of every person who is feeling the immeasurable heaviness of this outcome today. And that's what I wrote on the page. Oh, Cardi B, right. Be prepared for Cardi B with this one, right? Because I read this earlier on, and when I read this part, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that she actually would go that far to say something like this, right? Listen to this. Cardi B, who campaigned for Vice President Kamala Harris, said in a now deleted Instagram story, "This is why some of y'all states be getting hurricanes." So keep this in mind, by the way. I believe a month or so ago, there were the floodings that happened in parts of America. I think it was Southern America. Places like, I think Florida was affected. North Carolina was the one that was the state that got heavily hit the most. But yeah, I can't believe she actually said something like that. I mean, yeah, people have lost their lives, lost their businesses. People have died because of this. Lost their loved ones because of the floodings, lost their pets and all that. I mean, and she honestly has the audacity to make a point like that because of her reaction to this overall election. One absolute fucking vile cunt she is. Again, I apologize for I always say that word a lot, and I apologize for saying the word, but it's just one absolute vile bitch she is. Using that tragedy that happened a few weeks, maybe a couple of months ago, or maybe a month ago, I should say, and people were badly affected by it. I mean, they were even to the point they were ignored by the American government, because the American government would rather give some money to both Ukraine and to Israel because of both the conflicts going on. And then she has the audacity to turn around and say that. Absolutely shameful that. That's what I'm going to say, she said, referencing the recent natural disasters that caused destruction across the country. In an additional Instagram story, the rapper simply wrote, "I hate you all bad." Well, then go back to Africa then. That's what I would say. Like, just go back to your ancestral homeland. But of course, she won't do that, because, again, she wants to talk shit about white people, but then wants to benefit the stuff white people invented. On Wednesday morning, Cardi B penned a letter to the vice president, writing in part on her Instagram, "No matter what they've said to bring you down or belittle your run for presidency, they can never say you didn't run your race with honesty." With honesty and with integrity, you really put up a fight against all the odds that were already stacked against you. Shut the fuck up. Billie Eilish, the traumatized chick, who's I think it was her parents that showed her like pornography at such a really young age. Yeah, a really questionable childhood, I'll say, with regard to Billie Eilish. But anyways, she wrote, Billie Eilish, who backed Harris, no surprise there, in a video endorsement made alongside her brother, Phineas, I think I'm saying the name right, back in September, had a brief reaction to Trump regaining the Oval Office. It's a war on women, she wrote on her Instagram story. On Wednesday night, during her concert in Nashville, Eilish spoke directly to the crowd before playing her song, "Your Power," Someone who hates women so deeply is about to be the president of the United States of America. So this song is for all the women who out there. I love you. I support you. Shut up. You do not give a shit. I mean, like there's tons of women. If you want to make that argument, which I know is a tiring argument time and time again, but there's plenty of women who are going through genuine oppression in other parts of the world, like say Africa or maybe even in the Middle East. But of course, she won't say anything about that. Because it's way easier criticizing the supposed misogyny going on here in the West. It's all fucking Jewish invention anyway from the Frankfurt School of Thought. Such bullshit. Anyways, continuing on from there, the singer's older brother and successful recording artist in his own right, Phineas wrote on his Instagram, he told you he'd robbed the house and we unlocked the door. Shut up. Andy Moore. Oh, was there something I wanted to bring up in the? Actually, yeah, I'll definitely get that up in a minute. Andy Cohen. I mean, the last name kind of gives it away. Part of the tribe. Let's see here. Actually, there was something I wanted to read out that I did share on Instagram. Rob Schneider, of course, being celebratory about that. 50 Cent or no, sorry, John Rich. I know it's 50 Cent there, but Mark Cuban, Zachary Levi. So I'm assuming these are people that supported Trump, and of course, like Elon Musk and all that. I mean, if you want to read the article yourselves, I'll put it in the chat here just now. So they are controlled. Yeah, definitely controlled. Abortion is a war on women, half of them anyway. Yeah, I agree. Streaky Bacon, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching Mood of the Nation. Don't worry, you're not late whatsoever. We're just talking about the election that just occurred. And then before we get into the Q&A section, I want to read you guys a post I've shared on Telegram. Now, let me see if I can actually get this up here just now. So this is on Reddit. Let me see if I can actually share the screen. All right, I think it was originally a post on Reddit, or a Reddit post, I should say. So let's have a look at this. Right, okay, media viewer, let's have a look at this. Right, let's see if it's strong. What they wrote, I had my husband make us up go bags weeks ago. I hoped, manifested, wished every day that we'd never have to use them, but here we are. It's happened. I'm just completely numb. I thought I'd be a mess right now, but nothing. I haven't even cried. My husband, on the other hand, is wailing, screaming, banging his head off the kitchen cabinets. He has a history of self-harm, and I'm terrified he's about to relapse. Our daughters are crying and asking if they're safe, and we had to compose ourselves and tell them that no, they're not. We're not as a family. Our lives here in this city are over. We've both lived here since birth, multiple generations of family born here, but we can and won't let our trans daughters, of course, be taken from us, and that's exactly what's about to happen under a Trump/Vance presidency as residents in a deep, deep red state. I need to cry, but I just can't. I feel like I'm living in a nightmare. Cry us a fucking river, child abusing piece of shit. But yeah, that's basically the overall gist of it. Her husband sounds like a tosser. Well, it's funny that it's saying that because they got trans kids. I wouldn't be surprised if the person wrote that were trans themselves. So, the husband, quote unquote, who's going through a complete spaz attack. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they were born as a woman and that's how they're reacting. That sort of thing. Maybe sexist to say, I know, but I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting off when it comes to it. We don't want them in the UK for F's sake. Yeah, I know, right? I know. Funny that. Anyways, let's move on to the next part of the show, which I actually can't believe we're almost at 7:30. That's crazy. So we'll move on to the usual Q&A section. So at this point in the show, if you have a question to ask me, any question at all, you can easily ask me in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer your question. In the meantime, if you still want to send a donation to the show, you can send a donation through PayPal or through Buy Me a Coffee. The links will be in the description down below. They're pinned up there, and I think even if she wouldn't mind, English Rose we'll post those links in the chat as well. If she, again, I'm sure she'll be doing that just now or at some point when it comes to that. But yes, so any questions, anything at all, I'll be happy to answer them. And then we'll do this up to about maybe 7:30, and then we'll call it a night when it comes to that. So. Let me see. I used to know a chick like you from Moody's stream, but I heard she ran off with a black man months ago. Oh dear. Rory Herbert in the chat. Chief, I can't see how David Lammy as foreign secretary can do anything positive for our country in America after what he has said about Trump in the past. Do you think he should resign? Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually funny that Trump has now been elected president again. I think there was a lot of talks or murmurs about the Labour Party somewhat getting involved or maybe interfering with the presidential election. So yeah, I think when it comes to David Lammy, it's not going to work out. I think that guy definitely should resign when it comes to that. Question or Q, is the Orange Man bad? I mean, I'm not necessarily, I don't know if that's a genuine question, but I'm not necessarily a fan of Trump myself, but considering what I've seen after the 2016 presidential election, seemed to be like, he has done a lot of good things, but he seems to be more helping towards Israel and all of that. And again, just further proving that he's really no different than any previous president America has had in the past. So I don't think it's going to be really any different this time around, but again, maybe only time will tell. So we'll definitely wait and see on that fact. But yeah, let me just have a quick drink and then I'll just keep an eye out on the chat and see what's being said. Because yeah, I did see when it comes to David Lammy, he did see a lot of a lot of stuff about Trump, and then after the announcement happened with the presidential election, all of a sudden he just does a complete 180, and he's like, "Oh, congratulations, Trump! You know, for being the 47th president. I can't wait to work with you in the future." It's like, you absolute fucking tool. Oh wow. Q&A question: how are you doing, Chief? I'm doing just fine. Yeah. Nothing major is going on or anything like that at all. Yeah, I've just been really chilling out since I've been off for this past week. So chilling out. I've actually been. I did say this on the last episode of Mood of the Nation with the Halloween episode that I was going to be watching something like Halloween related, and that was Hellsing Ultimate, which is an anime that I was a big fan of, back in the day. And then I was on Crunchyroll, the anime streaming service I was watching it on, and luckily enough, it had all 10 episodes of the OVA series. And I was watching. I think even today, I've managed to watch both episodes 9 and 10, and man, it was just fantastic. I actually forgot how fantastic they really were, and they're not. I think there might be some scenes that are very anime, somewhat heavy, but no, if you can get past those scenes, then yeah, it's definitely a worthwhile show or a series. Again, 10 episodes long, so it's not like, say, Naruto, where there's 600 or 700 episodes, or even One Piece, the pirate anime, where it's got 1,000 plus episodes. I mean, you could eat it. It's a very digestible type of series, like being Hellsing Ultimate. 10 episodes, and that's it. There's no sequel series or anything, or prequel series or anything like that at all. But yeah, I definitely do recommend it when it comes to that. So even if you're an anime fan or not, I still definitely would recommend it. Joe Marsh, at this moment, Trump and his crew are talking a good scrap, but whether they'll do any of it is another story. Well, I did say earlier on that Trump is known for saying he's going to be doing a lot of stuff, but I think it's important for him to maybe actually do what he says he's going to do. I think it's important for the American public to actually put his feet to the fire type of thing. So yeah, he definitely does say he's going to do a lot of things, but I think it's important that he follows through with actions. Because, like I said, actions speak louder than words when it comes to that. So yeah, we'll definitely wait and see with that. Question: do you think Trump being in power will make the Labour government more favourable to the white working class? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I really have no idea because, of course, from what I've seen in the past, there seems to be like an influence of American politics going over to like Britain type of thing. But man, I really don't know. I know there was a video. It was like a AI sort of generated video of like Trump getting getting on Keir Starmer's case about it's completely cucked behavior what you're doing to the British public, and because of the riots that happened or the protests that happened. So I think to answer that, maybe I hope so anyway when it comes to it. But again, I'm not too optimistic. I'm more cautious about Trump being in power this time around, especially back in what happened in 2016. So here's hoping, but again, we'll definitely wait and see with that. What do you think Trump is going to start deportations? Again, I think it's a matter of he'll say he's going to do it, but it's important for actually committing to with the actions type of thing. I think it's going to be a case of he will do it at first, and then there'll be at some point maybe he'll stop doing it. So again, it's all just a kind of I will believe it when I see it. So I think when it comes to it, he will do it at first, but then at some point maybe it will stop. I kind of see it more as like Trump is being made to used as like a pressure valve type of thing. So it's like they're going to be I think it's all going to be controlled either way. So yeah, I think it's so Groundhog Day. We've been here. Yeah, again, I'm sort of that same camp as well. I don't think Trump is really going to follow through with it, but again, I could be wrong, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. Trump needs to improve from last time. He needs to be more ruthless. Again, only time will tell, but I doubt it. Again, I don't want to come off as like too down on that, but again, we'll see with that. So, Streaky Bacon, what do you think will come of Trump's choices so far to help like Musk? I want to see RFK go after Big Pharma as he has hated them for years. Maybe there's that possibility because I know he's got Elon Musk helping him. He's got RFK there. I'm sure maybe there might be some ways they might do something with that with Big Pharma. But the one thing, and I highly doubt this will actually happen, I hope they do finally release those JFK documents. Because I think Trump was on, what podcast was it? Was it the Joe Rogan Experience? And then I think they were briefly talking about UFOs and about the JFK papers or the assassination papers. I can't quite remember the name of the was it the Warren Report, I think it was called. I hope that gets finally released. I doubt it, but I hope that does get released. So again, it's only a case of only time will tell. Excuse me. Let's see here. I'm trying to look at the bigger picture with Trump. I probably got blind faith. I mean, to be fair, I can see both sides of the argument, whether people are seeing a positive aspect to it versus the people that see a negative aspect to it. I can definitely see both sides of that. So I am trying to be a bit more hopeful, and I do hope that he does follow what he says. But again, because of what happened in 2016, Woodliner said it best. It's going to somewhat be like Groundhog Day all over again, but we'll see. RFK could be a loose cannon that could rock the boat a bit. Hopefully, I do hope so with that. Yeah, I mean, I forgot about the JFK papers. Yeah, I think people at this point definitely should know about the JFK papers. If they were all for truth, they would change this world completely, because we know if we were in that position, we would. Yeah, definitely, Emma. Definitely agree with you on that. If his first executive order is 110, I'll buy everyone a drink. Yeah, I think Trump was naive last time. Now he has a better team behind him. At least it is 4 more years of Twitter X not being banned. Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, I mean, we've said this back in 2016, but I think a lot more people are more aware and more conscious. But we'll definitely wait and see. We shall see what happens. Maybe we should all send Trump a strong worded Christmas card. Maybe, but we'll see with that. Views on P. Diddy revelations. I'm assuming that's all to do with the big scandal with P. Diddy. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not entirely that surprised, to be quite honest with it. I mean, we all know there's a lot of like really sick and degenerate stuff in the entertainment industry, the porn industry, a lot of these industries with all of these big figureheads, you know, P. Diddy and Usher and all that, Beyonce and all of that. So, I mean, when it comes to the whole P. Diddy stuff, again, I'm not entirely surprised. I'm sure there's a lot of really sick and corrupt stuff going on behind the scenes. So, I think P. Diddy, when it comes to that, was made as like the fall guy type of thing. Whereas other people who've been involved in that type of stuff, you know, they're just still getting away scot-free. So yeah, that's at least that's my take on it when it comes to that. So 1 second. Anyways, Diddy sucked Drew's car to get his break. Yeah, again, I wouldn't be surprised. It's yeah, again, there's a lot of these the part of that tribe who are wanting people to do these types of, you know, favors, so that they can get ahead and become more famous. So yeah, it's a really sick industries, but it's just the way it is. Fuck me, Pink. The sound of Chief's stomach is concerned. It's not my stomach, it's my dog. He's like sleeping in the background, like he's went back to sleeping. So, Wolfie498, thank you very much for watching. Israel won't help us. Trump is another tentacle of Israel. It's not complex. Yeah, I know that. But again, there's a lot of good points in the chat. People presenting like RFK is a bit of a loose cannon. So I mean, it's just really it's like, well, what can really be done when it comes to it? But vet bills seem to have gone through the roof. But no, he's doing fine. He's doing A-okay. No issues with my dog whatsoever. So how old would Otis be now? Maybe like almost 2 years old or 3 or something like that. But I don't know. So all of Hollywood and the music industry are freaks. Who cares what happens to them? Yeah. I mean, like I said, they're pretty much being used as like the fall guy type of thing. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really sick and corrupt people within that industry. So yeah. Anyways, I'll give it another couple of minutes and then we'll end the show there. So again, any last questions to ask me, feel free to ask me them now. Otherwise, I'll just end the show in a couple of moments or two when it comes to that. So yeah, while I wait for another question, I'll see if I can find an outro song, but something that kind of ties into what we're talking about tonight, of course, being the presidential election. What would that be? I'm not entirely too sure. 1 sec. Damn it. A second here. Is that your mutt snoring? Yes, that's my dog snoring. Yeah. Yes. Small dogs last forever, Chief Moody, but they are more easier to dump. No chance. How you doing? Thoughts on Trump wanting to ban anime due to the anime to trans pipeline? I don't think there's an anime to trans pipeline, but for I mean, I know it's not like a serious question, but to answer it, I'm sure he would lose the anime fans vote or whatever. What are they called? It's like there's this specific terms, but he'll probably lose a lot of people on that vote. But anyways, let me see. Is that song actually? Now I think of it. Wait a minute. Most rock bands are regime lovers now. Yeah, I know, right? Trans and furry community. Oh God. Let's see. Look, I do watch anime. I do like anime, but I'm not a fan of the trans and furry communities. All right, those people are fucking freaks. John Enoch Powell MBE writes: If Trump stops the war in Ukraine and we no longer have to buy the cokehead billions of pounds, will our pensioners get their WFA back? Probably not. I mean, here's hoping, but yeah, I doubt that would actually happen when it comes to it. But again, we just need to wait and see. Toffee, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching. Sorry, only illegal. Oh God, chess match. Trump is anti-green agenda, and that could be very positive. I can see that. One sec. I just want to test something in a moment. One sec. It's not that one. What was that? There's a specific song. One sec. Damn it. What song was that? Was it that one? No, I don't think it was. I forgot the song it was. Damn it. God, that's gonna really annoy me. There was a song I listened to earlier on, but now I can't exactly remember what that song was. But damn it. No, it's not that one. Damn, fuck. It was the one. Screw it. I might as well just use that song. Why not? All right, cool. Hopefully Trump can end the Ukrainian-Russian conflict. Do you know, seeing that, I think he did say something about he really wants to put an end to that conflict. So I could definitely see him doing that. But the one I'm a bit concerned about is the Gaza conflict that's going on just now, because of course him being pro-Israel and pro-Jews and all that, you would imagine that of course there's going to be some way where there's going like maybe kind of like a war blossom out from there, but we'll see. So I've seen what anime has done to Japan. I would support a ban. Look, I can understand people not liking anime, but there are. I agree with you. There are some animes that are pretty degenerate, right? But there are some animes that are actually definitely worthwhile and definitely are good entertainment. Berserk is one of them, and I highly recommend people checking that out. But that's just my opinion when it comes to that fact. So, Otis is trying to breathe through a gimp mask like that. God, no, Woodlander, no. Anyways, that's after 7:30, folks. I'm just going to end the show there if you guys don't mind. But hey, I hope everyone has enjoyed tonight's episode. It's actually, I was quite surprised at how quickly it ran, considering it was only just this one topic. But hey, I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I shall be back next week. Of course, I think that would be I think that's the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check on my calendar. Today's the 7th. Yeah, next week will be the 14th, which is, of course, pretty based. So, yeah, I'll be back next week on the 14th with episode 220. And, yeah, so any updates or anything like that at all, I'll let you guys know just beforehand. And, yeah, so I'll be back next week, same time and place at 6 p.m. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a guest on, but again, but we'll see from there. I'll definitely keep you guys updated and posted on Telegram, most likely, and of course on X. But yeah, we'll see from there with that. So I'll be back next week with episode 220. Any updates or any delays, I'll let you guys know beforehand. So anyways, thank you all very much for watching. This is Chief Moody signing out. You have been watching the Mood of the Nation podcast, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, stay safe, enjoy the rest of your week, enjoy the weekend when it comes. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you all, and good night. Take care.
Spread of lies, and we love the flow. 69, now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and any America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first, to lead by an any insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop insiders fighting for insiders. America first, love the flow. 69, now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and any America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first, to lead by an any insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop insiders fighting for insiders. America first, love the flow.